What is up, everybody? JT Dangerously once again. I am back for my Week 9 NFL predictions. Now, Week 8 just ended with my New England Patriots defeating the Buffalo Bills on Monday night. So Week 8 is in the books, and now we're into Week 9 of the NFL season. So I'm very excited to do these predictions for you guys, and I hope you guys do enjoy. Now, our record coming into Week 9 after a fantastic Week 8, we went 12-2. So our overall record coming in is 58-48-2. So we're coming in hot. We haven't had a losing record since Week 3, and I'm looking to keep it that way. So hopefully in this video we will continue the winning ways. We're on a 5-week winning streak. Hopefully in this video, we're going to make it 6. Now, if you have not checked out all the videos I put up on the channel today, definitely go check them out. As always, show your support by watching these videos, super kicking those like buttons and that notification bell, and commenting your picks, your opinions, and representing your NFL teams in the comment sections down below. Now, if this is your first time watching my channel, as a first-time viewer, and this is your first video, boy, you picked to go in if you're a huge NFL fan like myself, and you're ready for Week 9 of the NFL season. Welcome to the Dangerous Lions. I'm JT Dangerously. Welcome to the club, because this club is Whoop, whoop. Again, thank you guys so very much. Now, other than that, let's get right into these Week 9 predictions. Starting off with the bias first, if you have a fantasy football team on ESPN, Yahoo, or NFL, and you have players that have buys, make sure you have suitable replacements for them. Now, the buys this week are for the Arizona Cardinals, the Cincinnati Bengals, the Indianapolis Colts, the Jacksonville Jaguars, which they desperately need, the New York Giants, who they desperately need, and the Super Bowl champs, the Eagles. So if you have any players on any of those 6 teams, make sure you have suitable replacements for your next fantasy football matchup. Now let's start off on Thursday Night Football with a Bay Area showdown between the Oakland Raiders heading to Santa Clara to face the San Francisco 49ers. Now, the Raiders are coming off their loss to the Indianapolis Colts on Sunday, and honestly, this was maybe the best Raiders team I saw on Sunday. They actually had a great game. Derek Carr with over 244 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 rushing. Jared Cook with 74 yards receiving and a touchdown, but they just fell short to Andrew Luck and the Colts. But that was a glimpse of what they could be. But again, they took that L, and they're looking to rebound and bounce back on Thursday Night Football. Then on the other side, you have the San Francisco 49ers coming off their heartbreaking loss to the Arizona Cardinals. They had the lead all the way up to the 4th quarter and blew it. C.J. Beathard had over 190 yards passing and a touchdown. Marquise Goodwin had 55 yards receiving and a touchdown. But the Niners fell short. And this is the 49ers season in a nutshell. Both these teams are not doing at all good in the Bay Area. Because, I mean, the Raiders only have 1 win, and the Niners haven't been the same since Jimmy Garoppolo. So coming from me in this matchup on Thursday Night Football, I'm going to take the Oakland Raiders to defeat the San Francisco 49ers. And now the Sunday slate, which starts at 10 a.m. here on the West Coast, 1 p.m. on the East Coast, between the Chicago Bears heading to Orchard Park to face the Buffalo Bills. Now the Bears are coming off their big win over the New York Jets on Sunday. Mitchell Trubisky had another big-time game, 220 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Jordan Howard with 81 yards rushing and a touchdown, and Talik Cohen with 70 yards and a touchdown. This Bears team is definitely heating up at the right time because we get into the conference games in the NFC North. Chicago's got to win these big games. They're looking to continue the winning ways. Then on the other side, you have the Buffalo Bills coming off their loss to my Patriots tonight on Monday Night Football. They just did not look good. This Buffalo team is just tanking, and this season has just been a joke. And Buffalo's looking to rebound and bounce back. So coming from me in this matchup, I'm going to go with Mitchell Trubisky and the Chicago Bears to defeat the Buffalo Bills. And now the next matchup, it is an NFC South rivalry showdown between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers heading to Charlotte to face the Carolina Panthers. Now, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are coming off another loss by 3 points to the Cincinnati Bengals on Sunday, and Jameis Winston looked like shit. 270 yards passing, a touchdown, 4 picks. Really, Bucs fans? 4 picks, and he's your starting quarterback? And they have to bring in Ryan Fitzpatrick, and he nearly brought the Buccaneers back in that game on Sunday. With over 194 yards and 2 touchdowns, Mike Evans with over 179 yards receiving and a touchdown. But once again, they fell short. And maybe it's the time to now put Ryan Fitzpatrick back as the starting quarterback for the Buccaneers. Because every game I've seen Jameis Winston in, he throws more than 2 picks. It's time to put Winston back on the bench and put Fitzpatrick back on the field. Then on the other side, you have the Carolina Panthers coming off their big win over the Baltimore Ravens on Sunday. Cam Newton had another monstrous game, 219 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, 1 rushing. Christian McCaffrey with over 45 yards rushing and a touchdown. And Greg Olsen, 56 yards receiving and a touchdown. This Carolina Panthers team is heating up at the right time. And already knocking off the Super Bowl champs a week ago and now knocking off the Baltimore Ravens. This Panthers team is looking like the team I remember making it to the Super Bowl. So coming from me in this NFC South showdown, man, this one's tough. I'm going to go once again with the Carolina Panthers, Kane Gaiman's favorite, Carolina Panthers, to defeat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And now the next matchup, it is the Kansas City Chiefs heading to Cleveland to face the Cleveland Browns. Now the Kansas City Chiefs are coming off a big win over the Denver Broncos on Sunday. Patrick Mahomes once again had a monster game. 330 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, 1 pick. Sammy Watkins had his best game as a Chief with over 107 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns. Travis Kelce had a receiving touchdown. This Chiefs team is right now the most dangerous team in the AFC right now. Other than the Patriots and the Steelers, KC is just doing it with Patrick Mahomes. And right now, if he doesn't win the MVP this year, I will be shocked. But Patrick Mahomes, MVP candidate right now. And they're looking to get a big-time win here. And then on the other side, you have the Cleveland Browns coming off their loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Baker Mayfield had only 180 yards passing, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Anthony Callaway with 36 yards and a touchdown. But Cleveland, once again, did not get it done against the Steelers. And right now, the Browns are just as bad as the Cleveland Cavaliers, and they're winless. And they fired Tyronn Lue as well. So, rough times to be a Cleveland sports team fan, that is for sure. So, coming from me in this matchup, this could be a monumental bloodbath because of how good Mahomes is. He's putting up 4+ touchdowns almost every week. This is going to be a slaughter. So, coming from me in this matchup, I'm taking the Kansas City Chiefs to defeat the Cleveland Browns in a blowout. And now the next matchup. It is an AFC East rivalry showdown between the New York Jets heading to Miami to face the Miami Dolphins. Now the Jets are coming off their loss to the Chicago Bears on Sunday. Sam Darnold did have a pretty solid game. 153 yards passing and a touchdown. Chris Herndon had 16 yards and a touchdown. But the Jets are looking to get a big win in the AFC East against a hated AFC East rival. Then on the other side, you have the Miami Dolphins coming off their loss to the Houston Texans on Thursday night. And Brock Osweiler, once again, could not get it done. 241 yards passing, a pick. The only offensive touchdown the Dolphins got was from former Patriot Danny Amendola. I'm just going to say right now, Danny Amendola should be starting quarterback for the Dolphins because Brocktober is done. Brock Osweiler is a bust. I have said it for years. Kenyon Drake did have a pretty solid game against Houston. 2 touchdowns, a rushing and a receiving, but this Miami team is in shambles. Just like the Miami Hurricanes in college football. They're just in shambles right now. And honestly, Danny Amendola should be quarterbacking the Dolphins right now because Brock Osweiler sucks. So coming from me in this AFC East rivalry showdown, I'm going to take Sam Darnold and the New York Jets to defeat the Miami Dolphins. And now the next matchup. It is a huge AFC North rivalry showdown between the Pittsburgh Steelers heading to Baltimore to face the Baltimore Ravens. Now the Pittsburgh Steelers are coming off a big win over the Cleveland Browns on Sunday. Big Ben looked pretty damn good. 257 yards passing, 2 touchdowns and 1 pick. James Conner, not John Connor. James Conner had over 146 yards and 2 touchdowns. Le'Veon Bell, who? And Antonio Brown had 74 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns. But it looks like the Steelers have gotten back on track, and they're looking to knock off their hated AFC North rivals. Then on the other side, you have the Baltimore Ravens coming off their loss to the Carolina Panthers on Sunday. Joe Flacco did not look good, 192 yards passing, a touchdown and 2 picks. Lamar Jackson, who should be starting for the Baltimore Ravens, had a passing touchdown. Alex Collins had 49 yards rushing and a rushing touchdown. But this Baltimore team is just as bad because Joe Flacco is just like Eli Manning right now with the Giants. He is just not working out. And I really think they need to just start Lamar Jackson. He is the Heisman Trophy winner for a reason. You guys didn't just draft him to be Joe Flacco's understudy. Flacco's struggling. Just put Lamar Jackson in the lineup as a starting quarterback. So coming from me in this huge AFC North rivalry showdown, I'm going to take Big Ben, Antonio Brown, and James Conner and the Pittsburgh Steelers to defeat the Baltimore Ravens in a physical close one. And now the next matchup. It is the Atlanta Falcons heading to D.C. to face the Washington Redskins. Now the Atlanta Falcons are coming off a bye in Week 8, so they're going to be coming in rested, rejuvenated, and looking to get a big win in the NFC. Then on the other side, you have the Washington Redskins coming off a big win over the New York Giants on Sunday. Alex Smith had over 178 yards passing, a touchdown. Adrian Peterson had 2 touchdowns and over 149 yards rushing, a receiving touchdown and a rushing touchdown. This Redskins team is right now I think they're in first place in the NFC East. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this Redskins team is definitely getting hot at the right time. They're looking to get another big NFC win. So coming from me in this matchup, I'm going to take Matt Ryan and Julio Jones and the Atlanta Falcons to defeat the Washington Redskins. And now the next matchup. It is the Houston Texans heading 2 Mile High to face the Denver Broncos. Now the Houston Texans are coming off their big win over the Miami Dolphins on Thursday Night Football. Deshaun Watson had a game. 239 yards passing, 5 touchdowns. That's the Clemson quarterback I remember in college. Lamar Miller had over 133 yards rushing and a touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins had 2 touchdowns, but they also lost a key receiver in Will Fuller. He tore his ACL in that game. So Houston just lost a key wide receiver on their team, but that's a huge loss coming from me. But Houston's looking to get another big win and continue their dominance in the AFC South. Then on the other side, you have the Denver Broncos coming off their loss to the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday. They nearly came back and won that game, but they fell short to Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Case Keenum had 262 yards passing, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Phillip Lindsay had 95 yards on the ground and a touchdown, and Denver's looking to rebound and bounce back. So coming from me in this matchup, man, losing Will Fuller for the Texans is a big deal. And with the trade deadline coming up, they could be looking for another top wide receiver in the trade deadline. So coming from me in this matchup, I'm taking Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans to defeat the Denver Broncos. And now the next matchup, it is the Los Angeles Chargers heading to CenturyLink to face my Seattle Seahawks. Now the Chargers are coming off a bye in Week 8. They're coming in rested, they're coming in rejuvenated, and they're looking to get a big win coming off the bye. Then on the other side, you have the Seattle Seahawks coming off their best win against the Detroit Lions on Sunday. Russell Wilson had a fantastic game, 248 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. Chris Carson, or C-Dub, 105 yards rushing and a touchdown. Tyler Lockett, David Moore, and Ed Dixon with all receiving touchdowns. And this Seattle Seahawks team is definitely getting better and better each week. Ever since their loss to the Rams, they have caught fire, and they're looking to continue it at home with the 12. So coming from me in this matchup, this one's going to be good. Phillip Rivers versus Russell Wilson. Melvin Gordon versus Chris Carlson. That defense against that high-power offense of the Seattle Seahawks. So I'm going to go with the Seattle Seahawks to defeat the Los Angeles Chargers in a really close one. And now the next matchup. It is an NFC North rivalry showdown between the Detroit Lions heading to Minneapolis to face the Minnesota Vikings. Now, the Detroit Lions are coming off their loss to the Seattle Seahawks at home on Sunday. Even though Matthew Stafford had 310 yards passing, 2 touchdowns and a pick, Marvin Jones Jr. had over 117 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns. They fell short to the Seattle Seahawks. And with the NFC North really interesting this year, every game in the NFC North is going to matter. And Detroit's looking to knock off the reigning NFC North champs. Then on the other side, you have the Minnesota Vikings coming off their loss to the New Orleans Saints on Sunday Night Football. They definitely got swallowed up by that defense. Kirk Cousins had 351 yards passing, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Stephon Diggs with over 111 yards and a touchdown, but they fell short against the New Orleans Saints. So Minnesota's looking to get a big win against an NFC North rival. So coming from me in this NFC North rivalry showdown, oh, man, this one's tough. I'm going to go with the Minnesota Vikings to defeat the Detroit Lions in a close one. And now the next matchup. It is a big-time matchup between the undefeated Los Angeles Rams heading to the Mercedes Superdome to face the New Orleans Saints. Now, the Rams are coming off a nail-biter win over the Green Bay Packers on Sunday. They had to come back after Ty Montgomery fumbled the ball, and the Rams got the win, and they are the only undefeated team left still in the NFL. Now, Jared Goff did have a pretty solid game, 295 yards, 3 touchdowns. Todd Gurley with another great game with over 195 total yards and a receiving touchdown. This Rams team, I don't know who's going to beat them. Like, if the Packers couldn't beat them, I don't know if any team in the NFC is going to beat them. And the Rams are looking to continue the winning ways and stay undefeated. Then on the other side, you have the New Orleans Saints coming off their big win and getting their revenge against the Minnesota Vikings on Sunday Night Football. Drew Brees had a solid game, 120 yards passing, a touchdown, and a pick. Alvin Kamara with 2 touchdowns, 1 rushing and 1 receiving. And the Saints are looking to become the first team to knock off the undefeated Rams. So coming from me in this big-time matchup, this could be the Rams' toughest test. This can definitely be the Rams' toughest test. But coming from me in this matchup, I may get this one wrong, but I'm going to go with the undefeated Los Angeles Rams to remain undefeated and defeat the New Orleans Saints. And now the Sunday night matchup, pitting the Green Bay Packers heading to Gillette to face my New England Patriots. Now the Packers are coming off their loss to the Los Angeles Rams on Sunday. They nearly had that game won, but a fumble from Ty Montgomery cost the Packers everything. Even though Aaron Rodgers had 286 yards and a touchdown, Jamal Williams had a rushing touchdown, Aaron Jones had 86 yards rushing and a touchdown, and the Packers are looking to knock off the reigning AFC champions. Then on the other side, you have my New England Patriots coming off their big win tonight on Monday Night Football. Tom Brady had another masterful game, and with the Red Sox winning the World Series on Sunday, it was a good day to be a Boston sports fan. And the Patriots are looking to get another big win. So coming from me in this matchup on Sunday Night Football, Aaron Rodgers versus Tom Brady. Man, this one's going to be a good one. Coming from me in this matchup, I am taking my New England Patriots to defeat the Green Bay Packers on Sunday Night Football. And now the Monday night matchup, pitting the Tennessee Titans heading to the Jerry Dome to face the Dallas Cowboys. Now the Tennessee Titans are coming off a bye in Week 8, so they're coming in rested. They're looking to get back on a winning track and get a big win on prime time. Then on the other side, you have the Dallas Cowboys also coming off a bye in Week 8. And with the newest addition of Amari Cooper, this Cowboys team can definitely get a resurgence. And they're looking to do it on prime time TV. So coming from me on this matchup on Monday Night Football, I'm going to take Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys to get it done on prime time and defeat the Tennessee Titans. And those are my Week 9 NFL predictions. Now, I want to thank you guys so very much for watching these videos today. Comment below, who do you have winning in Week 9? Do you see any upsets? Let me know who you got. And as always, represent your NFL team in the comment section below and voice your opinions. Let's have a conversation about it. Of course, I'm always on to see your comment, like it, and of course, reply right back to you because comments are absolutely always welcome on this channel. Now, I do want to thank you guys so very much for watching all of my videos I put up on the channel today. Again, thank you guys so very much. I'm still a little bit sick, but I got through it. So again, thank you guys for watching. Now, before you guys go, you guys can never forget to do this. That like button, comment, share with friends. Of course, super kick that like button like only you guys can. Of course, you can never forget to do this as well. That subscribe button to become part of this bigger and dangerous alliance. And I will see you guys next week for unprecedented 6 big videos. Later days, guys, and peace.